Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventure in Sanctuary. Not much to really say on introduction wise. We do have a new player who's going to be joining us today. Looking forward to that, seeing what they can bring to the table, as it were. Thank you for sticking with us for this long. I know it's been quite a gap between since we last played, but such is work and life and so on. So anyway, we're going to dive straight into it today. I'm going to do a quick recap as per usual for anyone that doesn't know and it's just joined us. I'll do a recap from the last session to bring you up to speed in this session as to what's happened. So without further ado then, last session was a session that was laced with fear and anguish for the players, as it was to be expected really. The session started after our brave few had adventured down into the darker depths of Sanctuary, where they had hoped to confront and defeat a certain bloody countess. And so they found themselves in the basement of a forgotten tower, long bereft of any form of decency, held within those cold stone walls. No sooner had they entered, from the shadows the party found themselves under attack by lurking corrupted rogue sisters. The fight was evenly matched and fairly straightforward one. Decisive hits from both sides, but ultimately luck was with the party and they cut down each and every Dark Stalker one by one. During the fight, however, towards one side of the room came a set of hard knocks now and then. Not sure why, but heard only by Crodas, but seldom seen where they originated from in the midst of all the chaos. At one point, one of the coffins that line the walls to the room, its lid slides off forcefully with a hard punch and a swift kick here and there from inside, revealing what was a sleeping man. Dressed all in black, brandishing weapons which favoured assassins. He was now fully awoken, of course, by the recent loud sounds of battle. Bit of an odd place to sleep, though. Hostility came about, brought on by surprise and mistrust from both sides, and led to a heated situation unfolding, which didn't actually end in bloodshed, and once cooler heads prevailed, did end with the newest member of the party joining the team. From this point on, the assassin, Alaric, joined the rest of the party in their quest to quell the evil in the land, and thus the allies' numbers grew once more. Through the darkened halls, the party went, carefully scouting the area ahead, until Alaric spots some rather ugly imp-like creatures, with sword and shield and orange-tanned skin, lurking further ahead up the hallway, inside of the next room. The creatures were known as Devilkin, a fire-based tribe of impish hellspawn, known only as the Fallen. However, before the enemies could really take time to react to the party dealt with them swiftly and soundly. The area where the bodies now lie had two exits. One led to a dead-end passage with three barrels lying in the side of one wall, which upon later inspection by Alaric held some foul-smelling mulch and liquid held inside them. The other exit led to a much wider passage in which blocking the way forward was a huge flaming pentagram trap, which turned out that it was deadly to touch its flames, as some players were about to find out. Stumped with the trouble of getting past the fire, Scarlet becomes impatient, tries to wall run around the fire, using the wall as a running surface and hoping her momentum would carry her over. However, she fails to notice that due to the disrepair and a lack of care, there's a loose piece of stone just jutting out from the rest of the wall about midway. Before she started her acrobatic feat, she kicked it, lost her momentum instantly and fell directly into the fire, taking severe fire damage as a result. Scarlet quickly manages to free herself from the flames directly, but was still burning. She heads around the corner, thinking it to be safe, but it was not, only to attract some more corrupted rogues. Ophi tried her best to help Scarlet out and dashes to her side, but soon finds herself in trouble too, as the savage flames even bypass Ophi's seemingly natural resistance to heat and deal some massive damage to her as well. The battle now was underway too, and both Scarlet and Ophi in their burning state fell to the combination of flames and physical blows from the rogue weaponry. However, at that moment, the rest of the party somewhat figured out a way to cross the flaming ring, using the fire-absorbent bodies of the imps. However, Before they can set their plan into motion, one of the barrels splits open near Alaric as he tips it over, and he breathes in the intoxicating fumes that it releases, and causing him to need to be sick instantly, and no use to anyone right now, and will no doubt spend some time retching in the corner somewhere. To the current situation then, Scarlet is downed and in a very bad shape. Ophi is down too, but only just, and could easily recover. However, let us all not forget that a great many things are possible within the world of Sanctuary, and you never know what or who you may actually run into at any given moment. So, let's bring our party back to the Forgotten Tower. Party, if you want to unmute, we've got the turn order up. Let's find our map. There it is. So to kick this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a certain person into the turn order. If it'll let me do it. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Yes, it will let me do it. Now, as they are not in combat, they are going to go after Alaric. Turn order dictates. Alaric is obviously overcome pretty quickly by all this rotten liquid and bits of flesh and stuff like that that's been floating around in this barrel for who knows how long. He instantly goes down on his knees and starts trying his best to hold back any form of being sick, but he's not doing so well. He's keeled over on his hands and knees over in the corner, just coughing and spluttering away. So he's not going to be much use to anyone at the moment. However, Crodus, I believe you were in the order next, and you were just about to attempt to move the barrels, I believe, if that was correct.
That was correct.
Right. So, we'll leave it on your turn then. You tell me what you want to do or what you intend to do.
I'm going to attempt to physically pick the barrel up and just start walking towards the flames.
Okay.
With it.
I believe you're what, strength 16 or something like that, around that area. Yeah, you've got plenty of strength to lift up a barrel easily. At this point, it was probably just helping just to be helpful, but you could easily pick up one of these on your own. So you do so, and as you do so, there is a little surprise for you. Let's get my tokens. As you move the barrel away from the wall, you see a strange, overly large rat scurry out from behind the barrel itself, clearly using it as some sort of or hiding place. And you just disturbed him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count this as a as kind of an extra turn. So I'm just going to put you just straight after Crodus goes. Crodus, how do you react to this happening?
It's a rat. It's nothing new, even if it is big.
Yeah, it is slightly bigger than the ones you have seen in the past, and not as big as the dire ones that were being fought on the surface, although I don't think you saw those just yet. But the rest of the party would know. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand this over to our newest member, Baxter.
Hello. So, what I'd like to do from now is, as I've been disturbed, I want to wild shape back into my original form, back to my human shape.
Okay.
Look at the party and just go, right, no time to explain. You guys are in trouble. Followed you in here. Nothing devious. Just thought you guys looked pretty cool.
Okay.
I can see that you need my help.
Right.
So,
slow it down a bit. Slow it down a bit, because you are joining at a pretty crucial time. Okay. So go back to where you've just come out of the barrel, right? And you've looked up, and your hiding spot is now revealed, and you've shot out. So you should be able to control this token.
yes.
Right. So you've got, as your form that you've taken now, I believe 30 feet that you can move as a large rat. So if you're not under attack, so technically you're not in a combat situation, which is why I've kind of mixed this up a little bit. So you've got full amount of movement. So how far do you get away from where you are? The direction that we spoke about would have been this way. So how far are you going to go? And don't forget, you do have actions and bonus actions to use as well, which you can always dash with to double your movement. You are out of combat at the moment, so technically you would have double movement anyway. So you would have a good 60 feet to move without using any action whatsoever. Like literally you just darted out from behind that barrel.
Okay, so I would just dart a couple of feet in front, just, I've been revealed.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
So
I'll just move out of the way.
Alright, okay. So put yourself whereabouts you want to be.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. So what's that pointing? About 15 feet away from Crodus. Yeah. And then as you go every 5 feet, you slowly transform back into your actual shape.
Yep.
And in its place now stands a man. Yes, Crodus, you do notice this, and you do see that the rat is slowly evolving into a person as it gets further and further away from you.
I've got more pressing matters. Stuff, just ignore it for now.
That's all right. I mean, you're grabbing the barrel. You've got your aims and your goals, your personal goals that you want to achieve at this point. So that's fine. All right. So you're not going to be acting hostile. Okay, Mr. Druid, carry on.
So yeah, sorry, before I completely rambled my mouth off, I'd like to just turn to them, tell them I'm no threat, that I'm here to help, express that I can see that they're in a bit of trouble, could do with something and possibly my skills, and then I'd like to... Do I still have motion or room to move?
Yes, you do. You've only used 15 feet, so you've got another 45 to move. Because you're still out of combat.
I am going to... How close can I get? Not very close. At this point, I'm going to just stay where I am and see if I can do anything to help the other two that are over by me. If there's anything that I can, help with moving the barrels or things like that.
Okay. Right, we'll move yourself where you want to go then.
Yeah. Drop me not where I wanted to be. There we go. And then, yeah, I noticed that they're picking up barrels, so I'm going to attempt to pick a barrel up and kind of follow his lead. I've got a strength of 10, so would I need to roll for that?
Okay. You will need to make a roll. You will need to make a strength check. And if you've only got a strength of 10, you would need, I would say, around minimum of a 12 to get this lifted up on your own. So you spend a little bit of time struggling. You're not quite as strong as what you'd hoped, and therefore you're not able to lift it in this particular instance. This thing is really heavy, by the way. It has litres in there, or gallons of liquid. It's a full-on barrel, like a beer barrel. So obviously, not being a muscle-bound person, you're not really going to be finding it very easy to lift on your own. As for Crodus, though, he is very, very physically fit. Very well. Okay, so with that then, if that's all you wish to do.
Yes, I don't think I can really do anything else to reach anyone else to help.
Alright. In which case then, what I will do is I will have you join the orders list, and we'll put you in. So that'll be you done for this turn. Roll your initiative for me. So just click on your token. And then roll initiative on your sheet.
Just bear with me, the laptop's going very slowly. Or it just be 1d20 because it's not letting me. Sorry, I just don't want to hold everyone out. There we go.
You got no modifiers, no?
No, not as far as I can see.
It's alright. Can I have a quick look? No, you've got 11. Alright, so that's going to put you 13. Just after Scarlet. So in the next turn, you will be joining just after Scarlet. Okay. Which does mean, Crodus, you can continue your turn.
Yeah, as I say, I'll just start moving with the barrel over towards the flames.
Alright, okay. You're strong enough to lift it, but moving with it is another matter. So, you're going to be... I can't remember, you haven't joined into combat, have you? So you're technically out of combat, so you've got a good 60 feet movement. You can get half the way there easily, but you would have to use an action to do a dash to get further if you want to go all the way, all your 60 feet.
That's exactly what I'm intending to do. Just full heavy, get over there.
Yeah. Alright, okay. In which case, put yourself where you want to be. And I will move this
Just there.
part of the map with you. Okay, great. So okay. What are you doing with the barrel?
Soon as I'm close enough to get it, I'm just lobbing it in an attempt to shatter it in the fire. So it sort of contents will spill.
Right. Okay. Well, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that from there. You do it from there. So you're holding it so at the moment, and you're just going to launch it towards.
Yes, straight towards it.
I need to move that out of the way now. To the front. There we go. So you're going to launch that straight over the top. Okay. Give me a dexterity check, please. No. Actually, no. I'm gonna let you do it with the strength. Obviously, because you're quite strong, you've got the strength to throw it, but it's whether you're accurate enough. So you're obviously trying to get it there, so it could land in either of these squares around it.
The strength check, yeah, not saving throw.
Nope, not saving throw. Just a check.
So how do I do a strength check? Because it's been on.
If you want, make it a athletics, and then just click on athletics on your sheet. I count this as athletics, so athletics. Yeesh, with 5 extra on top of that. Ouch. Okay, so it does veer off slightly. But not too much. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it lands here, and due to the force of the throw, it does break on the bottom, and you can instantly see that it topples over towards the fire. Basically, all the liquid and everything else that's inside that barrel literally pours into the crack in the ground that these fiery vents are billowing out of. It does reduce the flames. From what you can see, it does seem to stop them from rising from the vent. As it is now basically clogged up with as much liquid and other things. Let's not worry about what they are, but yes, it's all clogging up that specific area there. So it's this square here, just behind where Bob is standing right there. Okay, so that's going to be you done. So Scarlet, we'll move over to you. Now,
yep.
You're in a bad way at the moment. You are currently burning, which is a 12 hit point hit straight at the start of your turn, along with a failed death save. So go ahead and make your death save.
So 1 fail, 1 success.
There we go. So you're hanging on. You're not unconscious. You're in a state of where you are down, but you just don't have the strength to get back up, and the willpower is kind of like fading away. But you are fighting back. But the constant damage that you are suffering, obviously, is making it very, very difficult.
How much damage am I taking?
You'll take 12 from this.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Well, that's all I can do, so that's my turn.
But you live to survive another round, at least. The Dark Stalkers that are remaining are not going to go near the fire, and they are going to pull back roughly to where they were. In fact, they're going to go back to exactly where they were. 9. That one's going to move to here. And then Blaze is going to... I need to see what Blaze has equipment-wise. Nothing. Okay. So she has nothing that she can help. She's going to... Well, she's been told to protect you as best she can. That's her orders. So therefore, what she's going to do is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, she's going to do it. She has to do it. She takes a moment and utters a few words that not many of you hear, but you can see, or the ones that are up and are able to see Blaze can actually see that she's making hand gestures in front of her face, some sort of faith symbol, and she takes a big deep breath in, and runs along the wall, or along the side of the wall, I should say. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. $45, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And as you can see, she's made a mad dash to try and get to you, Scarlet. She will need to make a dexterity save. 2 dexterity saves, actually. That's a fail. That's a fail. You can see Francis and Crowley, so Blaze just literally just dive straight through. She's made use of that gap that you've created with Bob, and also the barrel. So in fact, it's where it's smashed now is probably the better spot for it. However, she's gonna burn. I believe it's... Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Okay, with barely anything left, she's going to move basically next to you. That's fine. But she is not burning. She's taken some fiery licks as she dived through the flames, but she is not burning. Instead of making any form of attack, what she's going to do, she's can't use stealth to do it. She's going to help you recover on your death rolls. So what we'll do is when you do your death roll, if you don't succeed, then Blaze will get a D8 added onto your roll, Scarlet, for the next turn.
Okay. Yep. But the help action, yeah.
So she's basically taking the help action to help you. She has taken burning damage, obviously, but she's toughed it out. She's really badly damaged. But at least she's trying to help you out as per her orders from Kasia. Okay. In which case, that's going to end that turn. We'll start with this one.
Much does the warmth feel low for you now, I4?
3, I believe. Is it 3, Ophi?
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah.
So Ophi, you'll heal that as well, yeah?
Yeah.
She hasn't seen that, so that's fine. I don't. Yeah, she can't see it. So we'll just leave her there on guard duty. Yeah, she's not seeing anything, so she's not going to react to anything. Ophi, you are going to take at the start of your turn 1 point of fire damage from your burning.
Okay.
And then you will heal 3 from your warmth spell. But first, I need you to make a death save, please.
What do I roll that on?
So you've got a fail because you took some damage whilst you're down. So you just do your d20 roll. That's it. Just a straight d20 roll. 16. That's a pass. So you've got 1 pass, 1 fail. Okay. That's sadly all you can do. So you are fighting it just like Scarlet. You find it a little bit easier because you are potentially healing up due to your warmth. So warmth pulses out. Warmth pulses out. You each regain 3 hit points, as does Blaze, because she's within range.
I've already taken my 3, so that's fine, isn't it?
Yeah. So she gets some much needed healing. She hasn't pulled anything else, that's fine. And that's going to drop down to 7. Okay, we'll move to Francis.
Okay.
First of all, Francis, I need you to make a dexterity save for Bob, please.
Bobalicious, where is he? Dexterity.
Ooh,
Fuck my life,
damn.
you absolute
You
numpty.
just watch as Bob is engulfed and falls in a pile of singed bones. All his gear just catching alight instantly and just burning to nothing.
At this point, Francis just puts his head in his hands and goes, fucking skeletons.
Which does mean that this is now alight again.
You had one job, Bob. One fucking job. Okay. Plan B, it looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Where am I? Here. Is there anything? Is that barrel open?
Yeah, this one is tipped open and broken on the floor.
Okay,
Its
cool.
contents have leaked into this fissure here, and now there are no flames coming out of that whatsoever at this point. They just end here and begin over here. It's not a very good colour, is it, when I'm using orange?
That's my go, because I've got nothing that can do fuck all with this.
Nothing at all.
I've got one thing, but I have to wait then for something to happen.
What, do you not want to move? Or...
I don't want to get burned, that's the thing. My health is not fucking good. I'm only at my max is at 14. So I suppose.
Well, let's just be thankful that the nat one was for Bob.
You're fucking too right, mate. I can't see anything. This is where I needed.
Weren't you guys going to try and do something with the bodies, with the imp bodies, if I recall?
I thought we were still doing that.
Ophi mentioned something about it, and Alaric did, but obviously Ophi is now unable to participate in that conversation. But yes, there was a mention of grabbing the bodies because they are flame resistant. Or absorb fire, basically.
So I'll move up to here. And can I try and grab the leg of that imp?
Yep.
Start dragging it towards the fire.
Grab and drag. Yes, you can. You will move at half your speed. So whatever you've used to get there. What did you use to get there? 1, 5, 10, 15. So you've probably got about 5 feet you can move with it.
Yep. Do I have to do a strength check or anything like that?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
This is going to be fun.
Because you are very weak. But it's not too high. You did it. Okay. So you now are dragging this dead imp-like creature with you. I'll put him behind you just there. And that's as far as you're going to get. There's no way that you can throw it. You could probably pass it over to Crodus, or he might just take him off you. That's always an option. But for now, that's pretty much all you're going to get to do. Alaric is going to begin for all intents and purposes he is out of this at this moment. He's going to begin throwing up. He can't hold it back any further. As for Baxter, what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna move as far as I can down here.
Okay.
How far can I move? I forget. Is it 30 or 60? Because I'm not in combat.
You're not in combat. Well, you're not in combat at the moment technically, so you won't be. You'll be using 60 feet.
Okay, that's fine. So I can move relatively as far down with the rest of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then from here, I want to use summon, I should say, my Oak Sage.
Okay.
Then it can start distributing health among the rest of the party.
Alright. Do you want me to get that out for you?
Yes, if you could, please.
There he is. Okay, that's... Whereabouts is it? I believe it comes out... Is it right next to you?
Yes.
Yep, because it shares the same square as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not a problem. So you now have summoned your Oak Sage. So reduce your MP by whatever the skill requires you to cast it. And everyone is given, or anyone in range, which is Crodus and Francis at this point, has an extra... You know, I'm going to look because I can't remember all this. So
20 hit points.
Is it 20, yeah?
Yeah, you heal up to your maximum, but obviously if 20 doesn't go to your maximum, you get 20 hit points.
Right, okay. It's not healing, it's more like temporary hit points that you supply.
Right.
Okay. So, It's just an extra buffer of HP, Crodus. You've got an extra 20 HP on top of your 7 that you're at the moment, and Francis, you've got 20 on yours on top of your 16. Treat them like temporary hit points, please.
Oh.
If I may just add, once you step outside of the ring, you can't go back in to get them re-affected, so
yeah,
it is us who use them there.
Yeah, that's correct. It's an area of effect buff, and once you've stepped out, it will not reapply effect. So be careful with your placements, people, if you want to keep your buffs. As for the rest of your turn, Baxter, I believe that's a action or a bonus action, so you can choose what you want to use for that.
I'm going to use that as my main action, as I can't think of anything more that I can do with myself.
Okay.
I don't think I can Misty Step into being able to go over and heal any of the other people that are in the fire, so I think that's as far as I can go with that at the minute.
Okay. I've reduced your mana for you.
Thank you, it's taking me some time to find it.
If you click on your token, you should see 3 circles. 1 grey, 1 blue, 1 red. These indicate your hit points, your magic, and your armor.
No, sorry, no, I was looking for where it deducted, because I was looking for my Oak Sage, the summon page, but it didn't come up there, so I had to load my character sheet instead, but
no,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a quick way to do it. So you can just deduct it from there, you just put minus whatever and then it will do it for you.
Got you, thank you.
Okay, and vice versa for Heathen. So it's plus 20 for Crodus and plus 20 for. There we go. Not 20 for Francis. Right, I'll minimise that so I can keep that up. Okay, so everyone is suddenly bathed in this strange orange light. Very similar to the way that Ovi's healing turret-esque orb works, but this one seems to be a little creature that floats around the head of our druid here, orbiting as he goes. Never seems to stray too far away. Definitely looks from some sort of spirit realm that you probably could be familiar with, Francis, given your background. Okay, so you've still got, let's see, you were there, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. You've still got 15 feet of movement if you wish to use it. You can pass through squares that are occupied by allies, but not enemies.
Oh, okay, if I can pass through, then I'm going to move as close to the fire pit as possible. That way I can see how many people I can get and, you know, hopefully give them those agents.
You can also move at diagonal. Basically, each square represents moving at least 5 feet in any direction.
Yeah.
So getting around objects in that square, you can do.
Cool, so I think that would be the 15 feet. Mm-hmm. And then my Oak Sage comes with me.
Yeah, it will come with you.
Cool. And
we'll put him there.
Yeah.
All right. Anything for a main for a bonus action?
I can't think of anything I could do that would help out. So I think, as for right now, I'm going to go in my turn there.
Okay. In which case, Crodus, you're up. So.
Right.
You know the situation. Sorry, I'm just you know the situation, right? So you've got Francis over there dragging a dead imp body. You've got Bacta that's just released some sort of spirit, which has given you a massive invigorating boost. And you can see that the effect of your barrel is working as intended. The barrel is, or the wood itself is starting to catch fire, as it is now drying out pretty quickly. But the contents of said barrel is now blocking the fiery vent, so it can't shoot out its fiery flames into the air.
Okay then, so what I'm going to do is move next to Francis and make it go to and grab the imp.
Okay, not a problem. Given your strength, you don't need to worry about lifting it. You could probably lift him up by his head and move him about ragdollish. So, what do you want to do with it? So you now have possession of an imp.
Just move one step forward and then launch the imp.
Okay.
So about there.
All right. Give me a dexterity check with advantage on this one, please. As it is only a small creature, and you are very, very strong. Sorry, not a dexterity check. An athletics with advantage. There we go. Ooh, 21. Very nice. So you launch this creature through the air, almost overshooting, but part of the barrel is actually clipped by one of its legs, and it goes headfirst, plummeting straight towards where you wanted it to be. Sliding on along the wall, it gently rolls to a halt. It doesn't have any weapons on it. Let's just be clear about this. It has no weapons and no shield. It is just the body. And instantly you notice that the flames kind of like divert away from it. Almost as if like they don't like to be near it, if that makes sense. So you can see that the body does not char, it does not take any form of damage as what you would expect, unlike the barrel that is now burning. But it does seem to be doing what you are hoping it would do, which is basically forming a bridge or a body as it blocks another vent with its main part of its chest. So for simplified explanation, for the time being, this one and this square are safe to walk on.
Okay then, I'll just turn around to face Francis and the new guy. And say, we need more imp.
Okay.
And start walking up towards the imps.
Got it.
Are you walking or running?
I'll run. I ain't got time to
Yeah, good choice.
pay attention.
Alright, so this is going to count as a dash action. The tossing the imp into the fire is going to count as, potentially, it becomes an object when it's dead. So it would count as an object interaction or free action. So you are using an action, you've sought your bonus action. You're not in combat, so you've got a good 60 feet movement. So you tell me which way you want to go, how you want to do this.
I'm literally just going to go past Francis to move up towards the imp.
Yeah. Go for it. Move your token.
Up to there.
Yep.
And then I think I've still got one action left. I'll pick up the imp.
Yeah, I'll let you do it as a bonus action if you want to burn that on picking something up. I've got no problem with that. So, you now have one imp in one hand. I assume that you are putting your weapons away to do this anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, which you can do anyway, which is fine. So you now have this one on you. The other one is to the side of you at the moment, but you could easily grab that in your other hand when your next turn comes. Basically, you could pick them up both. Okay. Yeah, you're basically going to fire and carry them under your arms, one in each arm, and just drag them over, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. So, moving on then. Scarlet, you are going to take some more damage. That's another 12 points of damage.
Okie dokie. And a failed death save, that's 2.
Mm-hmm. And then make your actual roll.
I'm on negative 24 now.
Blaze at the moment can see that you are really starting to slip away into the shadows, and she's actually starting to tear up a little as she's kneeling down next to you, basically like rocking you side to side, like, come on, wake up, snap out of it.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and mutter to Blaze that she needs to get out of here, as I'm sort of coughing up blood and slipping around. She needs to leave now.
Yeah.
Take Ophi and get out. Because I'm going to try. I don't know how much of that comes out, but
it comes out very slurred. She's not able to understand what you're saying. She can see that you are trying to talk, but it's such a effort to actually get any words out at this point. Like, once you failed like one death save, that's fine, but a second one means you're almost at death's door. So it's very, very hard to actually hear what you're saying at this point. So, she says, no, I won't leave. Come on, you got to fight this. Come back, Charlotte. Come back.
It's gonna look to try and tilt my head towards Ophi and point, but again, probably not moving,
No, you haven't
not
got the
doing
energy
anything.
for
But yeah, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
Finished.
Okay. You do obviously get your you get a little bit of hit points back when Ophi's orb pulses again. Scarlet, you are done. Dark Stalker. We can't go anywhere safe, so they're not going to attempt. They're going to skip. Move on to Blaze's turn. She's going to attempt to. What can she do? She can make a medicine check. Where is it? Damn. So try she might. She's no field medic, and the constant rocking, you are feeling it, but it's not helping in any way. It's just a panicked attempt to try and get you to snap out and get back into the game, but it's not doing anything for you. So sadly, she's going to look around, see if there's anything that she can actually find that would help you, which, in all honesty, no, there isn't. So she's just going to start weeping. She just feels helpless. I know. It's going to be end of her turn. Next turn. Dark Stalkers still unawares what's going on. So we move on to Ophi. Ophi, you suffer 1 point of fire damage at the start of your turn. And I need you to make a death save. You are doing this all on your own, sadly. I've got no other bodies that can help you.
It's a D20.
Just a D20, please. But you have failed your second one as well. Now, that'll be your third fail.
What happens then?
That's death.
That's death, I'm afraid. You are unable to recover in the amount of time that you had, based on horrible circumstances, really. But you are considered only freshly deceased. You are not considered completely lost. So there is a chance that you could be revived.
Okay.
But for now, that is the end of Ophi at this point. You can start to see, as you take your last breaths in this plane of existence, you start to see a door opening for you into a plane of fire, and you can see that Nyx is there to greet you and to welcome you in, and she's shaking her head. She's not... It's not that she doesn't want you to join her, because obviously you're best friends. She wouldn't want anything more than that. But there's a reason why she's shaking her head. You're not quite sure. And you just hear, no, it's not your time. There's so much to do. You can't join me yet.
So she's pushing me back.
She's trying, but it's... There needs to be more to a resurrection than just being being rejected out. Otherwise, basically, you're just a lost soul.
I know. Pity she didn't leave me with one of her feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Could she give me one of her feathers through this light?
No, I'm afraid not. No. There's nothing physical about this. It is purely spiritual now. From where you are, if you were to look down, because you're slightly higher up, you can actually see that your body is laying on the floor. You've got Blaze moving over slightly, weeping while she's trying to wake Scarlet. But she can see and is clearly reacting to the fact that you are, you've just taken your final breath. So, moving on from there then. The warmth spell is still going to remain for whatever little time that has left. Scarlet, you gain an extra 3 hit points back, bring you below your minus 20. Now, Francis, you hear a scream coming from down the corridor. It's not looking good. From what you gather, something bad has happened, and you feel the connection, or a sort of connection, that you had with your long-term party mates kind of severed slightly. Like something isn't right.
So I'm going to
Just before we go any further, I've still got an inspiration point. Am I able to use that to do a reroll, or is that too much?
You can do a twist of fate if you want. Yeah, if you want to, you can. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So it's a roll a d20 again.
Yep, if that's what you're using it for, yep.
Come on, no! Oh, that's shocking. That's even worse than the first time. Can't we have the two together?
Oh, I wish.
Don't ask, you don't get.
No, you never know. So, as it is then, Francis, what are you doing?
If I go here, I can see that Ophi's. Can I see that Ophi's dead?
No, not from there. You would have to be closer to the flames. You would literally be virtually on top of them to be able to see her.
But is it these two that are thingied?
Which ones?
The one with the imp in the barrel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What I can do is I can put the... Yeah, that one's safe, and the one with the imp is also safe. So if I move him so he's actually on the square, that'll give you more of an idea which ones are safer. So it's him. So you're just stepping on the bodies, or around the bodies that are blocking the flame vents.
So that thing we talked about last time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have? If I do it here, they end up somewhere else, don't they?
What is it you asking me?
The thing we talked about last time.
I don't know. What was it? It's like 3 weeks ago. What were we talking about? Just tell me.
The RS, the runic skull.
Yes.
So if I do that here,
you won't be able to do it. You
won't be able to do it here.
No, you'd absolutely waste it.
So I'd have to do it away from here.
Mm-hmm. It must be done back in town, or at a campsite outside of town.
Okay, that's cool. I wanted to double check that. I didn't know if that was the thing. But okay, so I see that Ophi's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I see Scarlet's on the way out. And I just shout, "We need to go. I have a plan. We need to go." And I just run my last 10 feet out. Because I'm
not in
booking
combat.
it.
Maybe you're not in combat. So
Oh, okay. So I am booking it out. Run, people! Blaze, come on! Boys, we're leaving. And Eric, get a bucket. You can throw up on the way.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So is that you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Alaric struggles to his feet and rests his hand on the wall. It's like really, he looks up at you and you can see that his face is really pale. But he does start to move towards you. Very slowly though. Baxter, what are you doing?
So, before I make any edgeways to move, I'm going to attempt one final thing. I'm going to move myself over to the imp corpse, bringing my oak sage with me.
Yeah.
So then that, hopefully, does exactly what I thought it would. With that, does the temporary 20 hit points work with death saves?
What do you mean?
So obviously with the oak sage there, it's the added 20 temp hit points.
Yeah.
So would that apply to Scarlet?
Yes, because she's still alive.
Perfect. Well, with that, I'm also going to cast Healing Word, as I don't have to physically contact her with that. So that's 1d4. Hopefully, can do something.
Okay, so you clamber over the body of this imp and use him as a stepping stone to not burn yourself. Yes, and the effect will take place. Will help Scarlet, so she will gain 20. That'll still put her on -1. And this also will affect Blaze as well.
So do I roll the d4 or do they?
What is it? You're healing, aren't you? So you have
Yeah,
to.
healing.
Yeah, you roll your hits and damage and so on, and healing.
Got you. 2.
It's enough.
Cool. So that puts
Puts her up to 1 hit point, so she's stabilised and conscious. Scarlet, just as you can feel that you are going to your ancient resting place of your ancestors to join the heroes of the Amazon tribes, you feel you are being reconnected with the life force that has been given to you by some strange means that you are unaware of. Instantly you snap to, and you are currently prone at this point, but you are awake, you are aware of your surroundings and what's going on. But only just, because if for any reason you lose those extra 20 hit points that have managed to heal you somehow, then you are back down. However, this does count as a revival, so you are going to suffer a point of exhaustion. So you are on -1 to all your rolls. You've also got -5 to your speed. But other than that, you are basically back in the game. You hear Blaze as she turns from crying to a sigh of relief. There's a lot of mixed emotions going on with her at this point, being as Ophi has passed on, and yet you have somehow recovered. Baxter, it's still your turn, so what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna. I can't really do much else for the time being, so I'm just gonna stay in place and just end my turn there.
Okay. Okay. Now. Whilst this has brought Scarlet back, it has not got her out of danger. So we'll move on to Crodus. Crodus, what are you doing? You got the imps. Well,
yeah,
you got one imp.
I'll grab the second one.
Yep, easily done. So you've now got 2 imps. You're carrying them under your arm, like you carry carpet.
Yeah, and then I'm just dashing straight over.
All right. So one. Let's do one at a time. You throwing them, or you placing them? What do you want to do? And where are you placing them, actually, as well?
There and there, just to get people out.
Okay, so you can share the spot as it's getting a little bit crowded on that spot, but you can share this space with the druid there. So this one here is now blocked and is now being, and then this one here. Are you moving? Are you moving as you're placing? Like,
Yeah, moving is placing.
Okay, and then that one there. So what you've essentially done is blocked off the section where you are stood, where the druid stood, and next to that there's now a gap in the fire that does not reconnect. There's also, for the time being, an empty space on this one, but you're not sure how long that's going to last. The barrel is now completely alight and is just burning into ash. What are you doing? So that'll be your free action, and let's say it can either be your action or bonus action, whichever you wish. So you've basically got your rest of your movement and an action. What do you want to do?
Use but move just one forward and go to pick up his body up.
Okay. I will need a strength check from you. It's not necessarily hard. Like I said, you've got 16 strength, so it's not going to be too high a DC.
Just a straight strength, not athletics.
Nope, nope. It's just a strength check. All you're doing is just lifting basically an object.
So I had it on advantage.
That's alright. So that'll be a 6. A 6 is enough. With your strength and ability, you are able to lift a body that is not moving, so it's not making any hardships for you. Basically, you just had to not roll a 1. So you managed to scoop up Ophi's body. It is still all in one piece, which is a good thing. And you still have let's see, what do you have? Let's see how much movement. Well, you stood there. 20, 30. You still got another 30 feet of movement, but you are carrying someone. So I'm going to knock off 10 feet of that, so you get 20 movement because of how strong you are. So that get you at least the other side of the fire with Ophi in hand. So that get you there, yeah. And that'd be your end of turn. Just bear in mind, your hit points are low at this point, so you will need to be careful. But yes, you are currently fireman carrying Ophi's body with you. Scarlet, no death save. However, you are still burning.
Am I not on fire still?
Yes,
I
you
was
are.
going to say, I'm still on fire, aren't I?
Yes, you are. The fire has not been cleansed. There are, from what you can see, no liquid sources here anywhere that can put it out or can even help with the burning sensation. And it hits you again before you can even go to move. And you instantly fall weak again in the spot. Dark Stalkers are still unable to get through safely. So they're going to hang back. Blaze now seeing that there is a safer route is going to throw her bow over her back. And she's going to attempt with all her might to try and lift you, Scarlet. Even if it's dragging you by the head, she's going to do it. Or she's going to attempt to, at least. It's not throw, so it's just a strength check. Ooh. Here we go. No, she's unable to do it. Tries all she might. She tries using her legs and her arms to try to really stretch and strain and pull, but she just isn't strong enough. The heat from the ring of fire that's around her causing her hands in her gloves to be affected, and she just can't grip properly. So she's going to move around you. There's too many tokens in one spot. I can't do anything. Can't grab it. Ah! Nope, nope, nope. Move that out of the way. There we go. So put that back. That back. She's going to stand here. And do the only thing that she can do. Take her bow out and take the dodge action. So you want her, you're going to have to go through me first. And then she looks over to you, Baxter, and says, I don't know who you are, but save my friend, please.
Yeah, of course. I'll do whatever I can.
She's unaware still. The warmth is going to kick in. So she'll plus 3, 5. The warmth heals you, Scarlet, for 3 points. Francis, we're back to you. Are you still making a run for it? So there's a yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There are bodies you can raise if you want.
I'm too busy running
Okay. Fair enough.
and losing my place in the freaking.
Remember, out of combat, so you do get 60.
And I will raise. I actually will raise this one here.
Okay, I'll remove that off the board. You put your Bob or Beatrice, whoever you want. Bob might need a rest. Who's come to join? Beatrice.
Sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright. Okay. Is that you done?
Yeah, that's me done.
Alright. Lyric's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to there. At this point, he's just trailing puke across the floor. It's lovely. Anyway, moving on. Baxter.
So I'm just gonna move down here further. when it decides to let me.
Yep.
And then I am going to hit a. I can't remember which one I chose. I think it's minor restoration for Scarlet.
Minor restoration. Very nice. Let's see. I think that's the condition removal, isn't it?
You're gonna have to bear with me. I think it is.
You can find the spell and put it into the chat.
I was gonna say my character sheet, for whatever reason, decides to keep lagging out my laptop, so I have to wait about half an hour for it to load up.
Lesser restoration. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, lesser restoration. Instantaneous. You touch a creature. And don't forget you've also got Misty Step as well, which I need to add to your sheet. If you want to use that at any point. Cushion can be blinded, deafened, paralysed, or poisoned. Yes, I will extend that to burning because burning is homebrew. So lesser restoration will remove burning. It'll also remove frozen or chilled or envenomed or anything that is on the homebrew status. So with that in mind, yes, you can cast that. Is it a touch spell? Is it? Yes. You've actually got to go over there and touch her.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. So I've still got some movement because I think I only need 15.
Yeah, you've still got movement.
So when I'm finished playing catch up, there we go. Yeah, I'm over. I cast lesser restoration.
Right, which square are you in here? You'll need to go round.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you were there. Okay. Right, so lesser restoration is cast on you, Scarlet, as you feel the warm touch of someone that you've never seen before. You've only just this minute gone down, so you're not in a state of like unconsciousness just yet. So you are seeing them, and they are trying to help you, but you're not sure who they are or what their overall agenda is. But at the moment, you instantly feel some sort of like cold energy wash over your body, and the parts that felt really tight and burning fades away. So you're no longer burning. I will remove that off of your character. Burning is gone. Okay, so there we go. Right, what is she doing, Baxter?
Now that all is said and done.
Remember, you do have a Misty Step. I need to add that onto your sheet. 1 second.
Yeah.
Because you got that for your land that you picked. Hold on. Spells. Misty Step. Yeah, that's a bonus action, so you could actually, in theory, cast it. Was it level 1? Or was it level 2?
I think it's a level 1.
Oh, it's a level 2. It's a level 2.
Oh,
so,
okay.
so you've already cast a spell, so you'd have to cast a cantrip or one of your skills from your skills list. So that's what you are stuck with at the moment. Druidcraft, mending, poison spray, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Would you say that I'm within visibility range of the enemies?
Yes. Yeah, you very much are. Yes, you are. You are basically sharing the spot with Blaze there, so you will have to pick one of the spaces next to her that you would once you finish dealing with Scarlet. So I'd use either there or well, it's up to you. I'm not going to move you because I don't want to reveal anything that you don't want to see. So from this point here, whereabouts are you planning on going? You can't go through. You can't go on the. You can't stay on a space that has someone else already on it, but you can travel through there. So you would travel through there to cast your lesser resto, and then you would come back.
Yeah. I'm just gonna occupy the nearest space, which would be
the nearest one. The only one I can see, is either that or the one with the blood prints on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 19. Yes, you will get the attention of the rogues, but they are already focusing on Blaze. So, what do you want to do in terms of spells or anything like that, or skills usage?
I am going to just check something. Because if I can use this, it's gonna... No, that won't hit.
You can...
Poison spray is not gonna hit because it's only 10 feet in there.
Yeah, it won't reach from there, I don't think.
Yeah, no. I think I'm just gonna just stay here for the time being.
Okay.
I can't really do anything without putting myself in more danger than it's worth.
Okay. Right. Well, you do have a bonus action, so you can still use something if you wish.
Yeah, I've just got an idea. I want to see how far this lets me go. Ooh. So, would I be able to cast Entangle as a bonus action?
Let me see. What is Entangle?
It's first level Conjuration.
Entangle is an action.
Ah, damn.
And
Okay.
you've already cast a spell anyway, so you won't be able to use another spell, or what's considered a spell. You have to be a cantrip.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Then I can't think of anything more that I can do, so I'm just gonna have to sit pretty and hold tight.
Okay. In which case, that's going to put you into combat, along with Blaze. So she's like, "Oh, thank you, stranger. You know, I don't know what to do. I'm so scared, but I have to protect my friends. Looks like you're going to be doing the same thing with me." And she knocks an arrow into her bow and gets ready to fire. Crodus, you have Ophi in your hands, or in your arm, under one of your arm, or over your shoulder, however you want to carry her. She's obviously going to restrict you slightly, but not too much. You are considered out of combat at this point still, so you still get a good 50 foot of movement.
I will just move away.
So she goes with you.
And there's nothing else I can actually do, so I'll end it there.
Okay. If you want to go further, you can use an action to dash.
No, I'll just leave it there for now.
Okay. Right then. Scarlet, you are not burning, but you are doing death saves. So, Your -1 doesn't apply to your death saves, by the way.
How are we doing the death saves? Because you did a system revision a few months ago where before we had lingering death saves, but then you changed it and said that you're now doing.
You just get an exhaustion when you recover. That's all.
Okay. So I'm exhausted level 1, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not going to apply to your death save because that's completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Oof. Well, that is a fail.
That is a fail. That's very close to a crit fail. So that's your first failure.
Yeah, if we're not doing lingering, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not. So Dark Stalker is going to charge towards Blaze. I should really get the monster stats up, shouldn't I? Give me 1 second. Monsters. Okay. She's going to lunge with her sword. And miss. Actually. Blaze is in a defensive stance, so... Oh, that was lucky. So we take 13 then. So that's going to be a miss still. Sword lunge comes in, but it's very shoddily done, very hastily done, and Blaze just sidesteps slightly and it just sails over her shoulder. Next one is going to come from close to the shadows towards you, Baxter. He's going to dive straight across and go for you with another jab of the sword. You are not in a defensive stance, so you're not taking the dodge action. So it's going to be a normal attack for you. That's going to hit you, and you are going to take 6 points of slashing damage as the sword just cuts into your arm at a horizontal plane. Almost like a dart tearing through your arm. Next up is one over there. I'm going to run in and also try to take a swing at you. Again, flat roll. Oh damn, another hit. That's another 7 points of slashing damage as they both just coming in, just darting towards you and striking you before you can even get time to react. So what's that? It's -7 from there, and where'd you go?
I don't know. My screen's just gone black. I can't even see my character. It's not even like I'm out of bounds. It's just all disappeared.
I'll put you in. I don't know where you disappeared to. -20, -21. So you would have 40. What's your base HP? Is it 21?
It's 28.
28.
Yeah, I forgot to add my additional 20 points earlier. I just was
I
taking
thought you
off.
did. I thought you did. So 48, and then minus the 6, and minus the 7. All right, you still got a good amount of health, thanks to your very helpful sprite-like creature there. The second one, as she pulls away with the blade, she looks at you grinning, and then you just see this row of jagged, sharp teeth, and her tongue comes out, and it's kind of like a forked tongue, almost like a serpent tongue, and she just licks the blade clean of the blood that she's just taken from you. Blaze, you are going to... What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? She blurts out quickly, "Have you got this?" Talking to you, Baxter.
Maybe. I do need help.
Okay. I think she's going to disengage as her bonus action. Move around the side. So she's still getting healing. And she's going to attempt to try to help Scarlet out with her death saves. So Scarlet, she's not going to have a D8, she's going to have a D4 this time because she is considered in combat, okay? But she's still able to add something to your rolls if that's a small constellation.
Okie dokie.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Running in. Last one, or first one of the round. Oh, you're no longer on the turn order. 1 second. I'll add you in a second. I believe that's going to miss you this time. Well, no, you've got 12 AC, so that's going to be a strike. Welcome back, Francis. And you take another 7 points of damage as another blade comes raking across you. You're okay at the moment, but most of your hit points that have gone... Well, in fact, all of the hit points that have gone from your temporary buff by your spirit. So I need to add you back in, don't I? Add to turn. What did you roll when the ship was? 13, wasn't it?
13.
We'll put you back in below Scarlet.
How does that work if he loses his hit points? Does it affect us all?
No.
Okay.
No, you still keep yours all the time you're within range. Dark Stalkers is done. Warmth spell kicks in, heals you for 3, Scarlet. So you are going to be slowly but surely healing up. But it's only 4 turns left on that. You will also get 3 blades. And what's the max? Oh, she's fully healed now. And that's going to be all that can be done with that. Francis, what are you doing?
I am continuing to run.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, you are outside or currently climbing the stairs to leave the dungeon. As for Bob, he will obviously Beatrice, she'll follow you. Alaric is also following after you as best as he can, stopping every now and then to just trying to catch his breath, but Crotus, what are you doing?
Gonna continue to run.
Okay.
And I will dash this time.
You will dash.
Yep.
Alright, that'll get you to the bottom of the stairs at least. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, oh, that actually get you on the stairs. So you are ascending from the dungeon with Ophi over your back. Scarlet. Death saves, please. And I'll do the D4. Doesn't matter, it's only 1 anyway. So 14 total. So that's your second pass. With any luck, you should be up and about in a second. Right. Why does it say druid? Okay. Baxter. What are you doing? You've got both your actions. You've got your full move. Well, no, you've got full 30 foot of movement now because you are in combat, so your movement gets reduced back down to its normal amount. So what do you want to do? You've got Scarlet on the floor still, and you are surrounded by potential death.
Yeah. So it's either run and abandon or stay and die. I think I'm going to try. Is Misty Step a bonus action or a full action?
Bonus action.
Bonus action, cool.
It is a leveled spell, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's got all his actions back, so it's fine.
Yeah, I meant in terms of doing 2 spells on a turn.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's gonna use up your choice of spell, basically.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it's more just for.
But you've still got your druid ones that you've got available.
Mm-hmm.
And your cantrip, sorry.
So
what's your plan? What are you going to do?
my plan is probably best thing that I can do. Just disengage them and hightail it.
Right.
Because at this point, it's either going to be a 3-person death that goes everywhere or nowhere, or some miracle's going to happen that I'm gonna have to use my Misty Step and just run.
Okay.
Bear with me. Is there any possible way that I can, move with, if I were to hold on to the other two, and I'd just say, hang on, and then try and do my best to dash out, or because I really want to try that, but at the same time, I don't want it to just not work. Do you reckon that's do?
You can definitely try to hold on to someone. You're not going to be able to hold on to both. So it's either Blaze or it's going to be Scarlet. At this point, it would be easier to go for Scarlet, who is down, because obviously, like I said, she becomes potentially an object when they're downed. So yes, you could pick up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to go over to pick up Scarlet, turn to Blaze, and just go run.
Okay.
So
what you're going to do then is you're going to do. So from what I understand, you would have to use your main action to escape the fight.
Yeah.
Your free action to interact with Scarlet. Blaze is already helping. Because this is what she's intended on doing. So all you need to do then is decide where you want to go with your Misty Step.
I've got 30 feet of movement, if I'm right in thinking, so I'm going to just get as far
to
past
a point
the
that you
flames.
can see. So you have to go to a point you can see.
Okay. I can see the imps, right? I can see the imp courses.
You can see the imps, you can see past the barrel, which is actually now no longer there. I'm going to get rid of that. The contents are still there, and they are blocking and acting like a plug. But the barrel has now completely gone. So it's this square here that's safe still. But what happens is with the Misty Step is that you are basically teleported instantly from one point to the other. So you can see I will draw
I
this for you. So basically, you have to consider that where you are now, if you can draw a straight line with an arrow like this to any of these squares, you can get there. Okay. So if this wall obviously blocks it, so you can't go anywhere along here.
Yeah.
All right. So you can pick up to 30 feet away from where you are now, because it doesn't come out of your overall movement. It's an extra ability that allows you to teleport 30 feet.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Misty Step and move myself over, because I think that should just be out of the range. Yeah, I'm going to have to stand on the Imp Corpse, but that at least gets us far enough away. So, yeah, I'm going to use Misty Step with Scarlet in tow and teleport us both over that direction.
Okay, so you're going to grab hold of her and teleport over 30 feet.
Yes.
Okay, so put yourself where you want to be, 30 feet away from where you are now.
Well, I'm being teleported. How's that happening?
You're being teleported using the Misty Step ability.
Well, you can teleport people.
It doesn't say you can't.
I'm pretty sure the skill's worded in it's only you.
Correct.
From what I can see, it says we're surrounded by silk. You teleport up to 30 feet, so I'll put space so you can see. It doesn't say you can't take anyone else.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, that's where I'm going to land
Right.
with Scarlet.
So you were there. So from the point of where you grab hold of Scarlet, 5, 10. So you, a full 30 feet will get you here, which is currently safe from the fire here, which is fine.
I think that's perfect then. I was going to say I did it from where I was, so that was 45, but yeah, if that's safer, that's where I wanted to be.
Yeah, 5. You'd have to go from where Scarlet is, so because obviously you're taking her, so you would step onto where she is, grab her, and then teleport. So you go from there to there, which is absolutely fine.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Before I jump, I turn to Blaze and I say run.
Okay, so you teleport away with Scarlet in your hand, but once you get to where you are, you instantly drop her. Blaze does a sideward glance and says thank you as you dematerialize and then appear over the other side of flames.
Yep.
But these guys have a more important role than I do. I know this now. This is why I was here. And she moves in to combat and takes a very defensive stance. At which point all 3 of the Dark Stalkers that are around her close in with attacks. Now they've still got a striker at disadvantage. She does lose. No, she's still in it. She's still in it for now, so she has got the extra 20. Oh dear. Nice rolls. She's going to take 7. Next one is going to unleash her attacks. Yep. Hang on. No, I need to roll it again. And 20 again. Oh yeah, so it is another 7 points of damage. You can hear the blows and the screams coming from the around the corner. She's trying her best to buy you some time and to get out, but she's not a frontline fighter. So 1, 2, 3. No disadvantage. 17. That's still gonna strike. That's another 5. There's another one. Cuts in. Go and it's Blaze's turn. She'll gain 3 hit points back. Disengage and stand here. She turns, well, as you see her running away from them, and you can see there's blood literally pouring off of her, when she's got several cuts and grazes across her arms and her legs, across the thigh area, where her armor doesn't cover. You can see the desperation on her face. She's like, go already. Last one is going to give chase to Blaze and try to hit her. Where are we? And that's going to be disadvantage. 2 18s on a disadvantage roll. Jeez. That's another 6 points on Blaze. She spits out blood and she takes that last hit. Warmth spell is completely useless, so it'll tick down and heal nobody. Francis, for this particular purpose, I'm just going to say that you are ascending the stairs. You can cast something if you wish, but for now, there's not really much that you can do. Alaric, what do you want to do?
I said that's fine with me.
Okay. Alaric is going to make it to the base of the stairs, which is fine. Crodus, same really for you. You're carrying Ophi. Yeah, obviously you are impeded a little bit, so it is difficult to climb with someone that's being carried, but you are able to do it. It's going to take you a little bit more time than you had hoped, but at least you are escaping this place for now. Scarlet, you are still taking death saves. Ooh, that's a pass, isn't it? A 10 or above. So that'll be your third?
No, second.
Second? Okay. So one to go. Not too bad. Obviously, you're not going to gain any healing this time around either. Baxter, you're up. You can feel that the vitality is surging through Scarlet now, because obviously she's fighting the grip of death. And obviously Blaze has stayed back and they let you go, so what are you doing?
I think I'm just going to pick Scarlet up and run again.
Okay. What you will need to do then for this is you will need to do a strength check So just roll your d20, add your modifier to it.
I was going to say I've got no modifier, it's just a flat 10.
That's
16.
enough. That's enough. Plenty. So with an amazing surge of strength, you grab hold of Scarlet by the waist and just lift her up into the air. Very much akin to your cousin Barbarian at the top there. You manage to get a good firm hold and grab hold of her. You are going to be moving slower, but you do have hold of her. So where do you want to go?
Because I'm moving slower, does that half my movement allowance?
For you, yeah, it will be, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So
you're carrying a body, yeah.
Am I 15 or am I at 30?
You're at 30, so you can move 15.
Cool.
But you can have an action to try and dash as best as you can with a body on you, which will get you your full 30.
Yep, so that's 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm going to move us over here and then use an action to dash.
Okay, so first off, I need to move Scarlet with you. I also need to... That's how he's gone. Yep. And then if you go any further...
Yep, dashing, so that would put me another 15 feet, yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
Cool. I'm just going to move myself up here.
So action dash. And we'll move your sprite with you. And at that moment, when you get to just past this wall, you hear an extremely loud scream as a burning blaze, almost unrecognizable at this point, perishes.
I just look over my shoulder and whisper, I'm sorry.
That's what she wanted. She didn't want to die, but she wanted to give you enough time to get out.
I can't do anything else, can I?
No, that's you done. The Dark Stalkers are going to not do the moving. They're going to head back to their sentry points. One, two, three, and this one. You can hear down the passageway, "Go ahead, run. We'll be seeing you soon."
I just ignore them.
Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 done. Blaze is out of action. Last one is done. Warp spell kicks in, does nothing. I think at this point we might as well remove it. Francis, you're out of there. Alaric, yep. All done. Grotus, you're currently ascending the stairs still. You can see Francis at the top, trying to get his breath back. Scarlet, back to you for a death save. Ooh, no.
That is a death.
That is a death.
That's a death.
Now, the only way that you can avoid this is if Baxter uses his point of inspiration that he begins the game with, because that was the gift he has The DM gift you have.
No, I don't. No. We've had one
It's
save.
it's
No.
up to you. It's up to you, Baxter. This is what you can spend it on this, or you can withhold it and save it.
I was going to say, it's pretty clear. I'm just going to save it for myself.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
No. We've had them pull from the pits of death once. No.
Well, that's what they're there for, to be used. In which case, then, you feel the struggling body of Scarlet in your arms, Baxter, as she just suddenly gives up. And you can't feel her heartbeat anymore. So what are you doing?
I just dropped to my knees. Scarlet's body rolling out my arms as I could reach the floor. I try to do anything, but nothing seems to be working. Tears streaming down my face, but no words, no looks. I'm almost stunned, but I know that I can't stop here. Do I have to reattempt the strength saving to pick her up?
Yeah, if you're putting her down, then yes, you are going to have to.
Yeah.
If you're not going to put her down, then no, you can continue carrying her, but the reduced movement is still in play.
I was going to say, I don't put her down, then I'll just carry on with her lifeless corpse in my arms and
okay.
Move back with the rest of the party.
Okay. To speed this up, because there aren't going to be anyone giving chase, there's nothing there that's going to harm you, there's no traps to trigger or anything like that, I'm going to say you carry Scarlet along with your little creature. Here he is. And anyone on the stairs are able to see the glow from the oak sage. Its aura that it gives off. You can see it shining up the stairs as you look further back down towards the cold basement of this horrible, terrifying tower. And with that, the remaining party escape back into the Black Marsh. I need to move these. That can go. Gary's gone. Blaze is gone. Okay. Right. From the moment you entered into the tower, you had a feeling of very strong dread about the place. The realization has obviously hit that you either went in unprepared or you just aren't strong enough to deal with the horrors that are within that area. Appearing back onto the surface in the Black Marsh, and I will get our new druid in with us, because otherwise you won't be able to see anything. coming up last with a lifeless Scarlet in his hands is Baxter. A very costly adventure, I think you'll agree. However, you have the bodies. No one was left behind apart from a very, very dedicated mercenary to your cause. There'll be time to mourn Blaze later. For now, you are on a very strict schedule. You need to find a way that you can recover your friends. So,
at this point, Francis will say, "We need to get to our waypoint and get back to town or the camp." And where's the nearest waypoint?
I'm just going to look at you guys and just say, am I coming? Or
Yes, you're coming.
I'll follow behind.
Does anyone remember where the nearest waypoint is? Because I have forgotten.
you've got no guide now either.
Oh, for me, please.
Okay.
Turn around and go, "Guys, hurry the fuck up."
I just switch back to reality and I say, I'm sorry, I'm just not with it at the minute.
I think either that or we're gonna die, but enough of us died today already. Let's hope everyone catches up before we do anything.
Okay. He's got Ophi and Kratos. Scarlet is with. You ain't got Bob. Alaric is okay now. He's trailing behind as best as he can, but he's also back to his usual cocky self. Glancing at Ophi and Scarlet, he's like, oh shit. Well, they don't look too good. And then he just hides back in the shadows. As for the rest of you, get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. Well, there it is. In all its glory, the waypoint that will take you back to a relative place of safety, maybe. I don't know. So, you're going to take the waypoint back to town, yes? Let's all get everybody to around the waypoint, as that's where you will re-enter. And that one, and Alaric over here. Okay, one by one and very hurriedly you activate the waypoint once again, and you step on through. the very somber feel as you step through.
It'd be in the tent, wouldn't it? The barracks tent.
What are you looking for?
The stash.
Over here, next to Warrior. That should have gone by now.
We obviously is Francis opened the stash and just start throwing stuff out of it. Myron, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? I know.
Let's see. 30 9. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's there.
Yeah, and literally.
Warrior turns to you and says, "Oh, my friend, where have you been? Why
Getting people killed. Getting people killed. I've got to concentrate. No, is it in the pouch? No, that's my sister's skull. Hang on. I pick up the other pouch of my belt. Oh, I had both of them the whole fucking time. Put my sister's one back on my belt.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we need to find somewhere nice and quiet.
Okay.
Two of them with what?
Alright, so if you're grabbing what I think you are, yes.
And I've already got one on me as well.
Absolutely fine. Right, you have to do, in general, one at a time.
Yep.
You can opt to do two at a time, but it's less rolls, but a higher DC.
We'll do one at a time.
We'll do one at a time. Okay.
Can we go anywhere for this?
You can. You tell me what you want to do. You are basically going to be setting up a ritual area.
Oh, I'll go over here. And guys, come on, guys, come on. On a fucking time clock here.
Okay. So first off, what are you doing with the bodies?
Center, please.
Oh,
Actually, just Ophi at the moment. And I'm going to take a little bit of chalk and just write Bertie on Scarlet's head.
Dirty.
Bertie. B-E-R-T-I-E. Go along with the B theme for the skeletons.
Alright. Okay.
And I'm going to start drawing shit on the ground. Arcane shit. To create the symbol. And I pull out one of the runic skulls.
Okay. So first off, let's get Ophi. Now, how many of you are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. So you kind of make a quick makeshift altar along with a circle made of chalk, believed in many cases to become some sort of protection. So give me 30 seconds because I need to have a look at the rules for this. Okay, so you've got the item that you need, and you place that on top of the body of Ophi. this is still in effect. Just turn that aura off. Okay, so you are still under the effects of the Oak Sage. I'm just going to turn it off because it's taken up the entire screen. Very well. Kane and Akara both gather round. Kasha looks over from where she is, raising an eyebrow as to what's going on. Warrior also slowly begins to walk over. Keeping his distance because he doesn't want to get in the way of anything. However, they are kind of also looking for Blaze at the same time, wondering where she got to. Okay, so what you need to do, Francis, is you need to let's see. You got the bodies. You got the skull. Yeah. Okay. In your words, Francis, as you are basically the head ritualist in this situation, I need you to tell me in a roleplay way exactly what you say when you offer up the skull.
And leave it on her chest, and I just look to the sky and go, claim her. Life claims her. Death does not feel her. Life feels her. The fire has not died. The embers burn bright. And that's it.
Okay. Instantly, you see the flames that are around this chalk makeshift altar that you've made start to burn brighter and turn a slightly discolor to them. They turn slightly blue. So you know that your communion has worked and that you have been heard by something. You don't know what, but you hope it's to something of a goodly nature. So now what I need you to do let's see. You need to decide on what stat, because this is a DC party check. So the ones that are remaining all get to do a little bit for the ritual itself. It's up to you what you want to do and how you want to go about doing it. But for every successful thing that you do, you need to basically pick another way of contributing. So, Francis, as you've gone first, the prayers have been heard, and here comes the answer. So what you need to do is you need to decide on a skill, that will be rolled under. Now I need you to make a DC check with that particular skill.
I use Arcana.
You can use Arcana, but are you basically saying that your Arcana is because you've set up this ritual? So you want to see how successful this ritual overall is. You can pick absolutely anything that you think would contribute to this ritual.
I'm gonna go religion because I've called out to a deity.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. So in which case, make your roll. Do a religion check. Now, because you've done a decent, very nice. Very nice. That's already kick-started this off very well. The sky above where you are, Francis, seems to become a little bit brighter. There are rays that are being sent through the dark clouds that have been formed over this land for quite some time. There are clear signs that you are reaching the deity that you need. The skull in the middle of the ritual circle on top of the body remains intact for now. And you can see that on where there's like 4 different gems scattered about the skull. There's actually more than 4, but the 4 main ones that you can see, one of them is starting to glow slightly. And so you're just getting a nice sapphire, which is just slightly glowing with a little bit of energy inside it. Okay. So that's your work in this ritual done. Who wants to go next? We've got Crodus, got Alaric, although he's not feeling too great, but he's going to try his best he can. And we've got Baxter. So, who wants to go next, and how do you want to contribute to this ritual? You've already got an incredible roll to start with.
Just a quick question for me. Does it have to be a religion check, or can I choose my own?
Anything that you want.
Yeah,
so, however you decide that you are going to contribute, and then you pick a stat which is going to link to that contribution.
Got it.
So, what do you want to offer up as such?
Perception.
Remember, you've got your own. You've got your own spirits and deity, if you will, ancestry, and that kind of thing, going back many years.
I use up. Nothing's really poking out at me, but would I be able to do a medicine?
What is it that you want to contribute first, and then pick a stat afterwards? So how are you going?
Right. Sorry, I'm very confused on this whole matter. So I'm just gonna, offer the life force that druids undertake when they go through the ritual to become a druid.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and instill, the life force of the plane that we're existing on to bring back someone that once was, and hopefully restore them to who they are.
Okay. So you approach the altar, or the body, rather, in this case, and you announce that you are going to give some of your life.
Yeah, more or less. I just say, return this spirit to what once was.
Okay.
Bring it back to nature and all that guides it.
Okay. I'll private message you with what that entails for you.
Yeah.
Make your medicine roll. So medicine and religion are off the table.
16.
Very nice indeed. So you feel a gust of wind, and you look around, and the wind seems to spiral around your body. Leaves also come with it, and they start to cut into you, drawing blood.
Yeah.
They then settle on the body, and the blood seemingly just disappears. However, the energy that you felt swirling around you goes into an emerald that is situated on the crown. On the top of the skull, and starts to make that one glow. So now you've got 2 out of the 4 main ones that are glowing. Feeling that you have been successful, you step back and allow Crodus to take over. Crodus.
Man, I'm gonna move towards Orpheus' body and, in a typical barbarian, just start screaming to do not leave this life. You have work to do.
So you're actually beckoning her back to her body. Very good.
I'm trying to intimidate her back to her body.
All right. Persuasion or intimidation, your choice, but make the roll. There's a lot of screaming coming from you. A lot of confused looks coming from everyone that's stood around you. And that's it. Nothing on the skull begins to glow.
Could I lend my inspiration for a reroll?
Yes, you can. I'll let you do it this once, but next time you need to basically tell me after the roll has happened and before the result.
Right. Okay. Got you.
Okay. So I'll let it go this once. So Crodus, if you want to make your intimidation roll again. Remember, you're looking for not only successful rolls, but you've got a total that you have to reach between all 4 rolls. Okay. So with that, the very, very similar effect, really, based off of that. It's not really intimidating as such, as more like begging, and the overall desired effect is not happening for you. As trying as much as you possibly can, and from what you understand and how to do this, is just, it's not working out, and you feel nothing. There's no sudden bursts of energy, there's no lights, there's no nothing. It's just completely and utterly just you shouting at this body to get up and wake up and come back to life, but it's not going to happen. Feeling a little bit deflated and defeated by your attempt, you step back and just remain silent for the rest of the time, whilst Alaric, steps up to the body and says, well, I don't know much about any of this. This isn't my field. But I've heard that offerings are generally what help garner favour with the gods. And therefore, my offering to bring back Ophi will be one of money. And he tips out a pouch, and it's got 10 gold pieces in there. And they fall either side of the body. You can hear the clattering on them as they bounce onto the floor. And that's all I've got. So Alaric is going to make a performance check. Now, he's not very good at performing per se. But we'll see what he gets. Okay, 4. The offering goes unheard. The gold, whilst being something of the personal item that belongs to him, because he does not like to part with his gold, has been rejected. However, and I will say this, the strong connection with that was made by Francis, followed up by Baxter doing what he was doing in regards to medicine. You see that the skull on top of the body of Ophi breaks and shatters. The gems inside release the energy that they store into her and then break themselves. And as you all stand around like a crowd just waiting to see what happens, you notice that Ophi's foot starts twitching. Not much, just a little bit. And then her chest begins to move up and down again. And for a moment, when the silence breaks, and she sits up and opens her eyes and looks around and wonders what's going on. You all breathe a sigh of relief as one of your comrades is now brought back from death. Ophi, the only thing that you remember is what feels like a chain being around your foot. It's invisible, you don't see it, but you feel it wrapped around you, and it curls up your leg into where your abdomen is and your chest, wraps tightly and pulls you downwards. You end up going back into your body, and that's all you remember from the other side. Once you waken, you remember nothing.
I see that Scarlet's still...
Oh yes, you see you see everything that's around you.
She's non-responsive. I don't remember what Alaric looks like because I've never seen him in daylight.
That's very true. Yeah.
And I haven't got a clue who this brightly dressed person is next to me. And I'd turn around and look at him and say, "Who are you?"
Yeah, I'm just someone who came and tried to give a hand. I'll introduce myself properly later, but there are more pressing matters to attend to.
looking around and I'm counting everybody, and I can't see Blaze. It's like, where's Blaze? Did she not come back with everyone?
Kane and Akara both look to you and say, no. She should be back by now, though. She's never far behind you. Maybe she just got held up. Don't worry about it. She'll be back soon, I'm sure. But you need to rest. You've just been through a huge ordeal that you don't know anything about.
I'm going to lay back down and just try and rest my eyes a little bit because it's sitting up a little bit. Just really took it out on me then, and I just need to chill and process it all because it's all become a little bit too much. All these faces around me and all staring at me all at the same time. And, why have I got gold on my chest?
Alaric very coyly puts his hand in you and goes, that's mine. Well, not anymore, it's not. So you also will see, which I failed to mention, anything that is offered up is now completely gone or going. It is starting to become non-corporeal, as if being just swept away, whisked away by some unknown being or force or something that has claimed these items as a result of being offered them.
Okay, so as I'm picking up, trying to get this gold off my chest, it's literally
just disappearing as you touch it.
I can't actually grab it; it just goes.
Yeah, it's like trying to pick up something that's not here, like a holographic sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes me not feel alive. I am here, aren't I?
You better be. Cost me 10 gold. And with that, he backs up and just leans against the wall, arms crossed.
Am I going to the tent now to rest, or am I participating in helping Scarlet come back Earthside?
That's your choice. You do come back, and you are basically whatever what's your half your hit points or whatever you've got. What's your maximum? 22, so you'll be on 11.
Okay.
There you go.
That's fine. Okay, I'll hang around enough to help Scarlet, and then I'll rest.
Great. Okay. Right. What's your mana as well, Ovi? 78. So what, that'll be 36?
Well, full mana is 78, it's down to 10 at the moment.
So it'll be 36 back. There you go.
Thank you.
Right. You can also, whilst you are here, you can get Nyx back if you wish. But it's completely up to you. Whatever you want to do, whatever pressing matters are more important to you at this point.
As much as I would love to bring Nyx back, I think me is more important at the moment. I felt like Nyx was supporting me whilst I wasn't with everybody else, so she was keeping my flame going.
She sure was. Okay, in which case, if you are not going to go lay down and recover, I believe the next one up will be Scarlet. Time. This is not being done in 5 minutes either, guys. This is taking a good couple of hours because it's not just a matter of, oh, you know, wham bam, that's all done. It's, you have to wait and you have to set up everything, and you know, you have to think about what you want to say and how it's going to go ahead, and there's a lot of to and fro with this that is eating into your time. So it's another downside to having to do this, is that you are not spending time doing stuff that you need to do. But on the flip side of that, you need the people to do it with. So, right. I need to make a note of all of this. What time did we start? It was 9. Oh yeah, you're well into the afternoon by now. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Right, so after the first one is done, and Ophi spends a little bit of time just getting reacquainted and finding out what's gone on. One of you, I don't know who, but one of you will go grab the body. I should imagine it would be Baxter. Go grab the body of Scarlet and bring her to the makeshift circle that you've all created. And the person who, in theory, will be kicking it off is the person who owns the skull. So that will be Francis again, unless he hands it over.
Francis is BRB at the moment.
Yeah, it's alright. There's a lot going on for Francis, and he's not well at the best of times.
Scarlet's dropped out of roll 20 at the moment as well.
It's okay. For the ritual at the moment, we don't actually need them, so if they need to take a moment to get over what's happened, then I totally understand. It's quite a blow losing a character, and there's no guarantee that you're going to come back.
I'm still here. I'm just not. My computer's gone into standby, but I'm dead, so I don't need roll 20 up at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I say, if you're doing it step away, then do it. Francis? Has he... He's not returned. Francis? No. Right, well, in the meantime, does anyone want to do anything else? If not, what I'll do is I'll pause the recording and then we'll pick up when Francis returns.
So I'm back.
Oh, never mind then. So Francis, as much as this is going to suck, you are basically helming the next ritual, unless you give the skull over to someone else, and then they will start it off.
Does anyone want to take a go? Okay, cool.
Alaric pipes up just before you start, and says, I mean, do we really need this one? Can't we just let this one go?
Yes, because I'm never going to let them forget this shit.
Alright, fine. Well, it's your guys' choice. I'm staying out of this one. I've already spent enough money. So we have a 4-way ritual going on again. I'll move it out of the way. Francis, if you are starting, say me again, please. Tell me what you're saying, how you're saying it.
Skull goes on her chest.
Mm-hmm.
Keep hold of the skull. I look to the sky. We know she rushes into things. We know she's a little bit slapdash. But she does not rush into death. She does not rush into the afterlife. We've called her back. We'll always call her back. We will follow and bring her back, like we have done today. Also, I'd really like to wonder up about this on a personal level. So, if you could do me the great favour, just kicking her back down here, so we can have a little chat about her scouting technique, that would be pleasant. Too good to have gone just yet.
Okay. Scarlet, from the spirit realm that you are potentially travelling at this point, you are heading towards the Great Hall, where your ancestors sit and feast and live not live, but spend the rest of their eternity as very happy and respected and legendary names. And just as you approach the doors, ready to throw them open, you get forcefully pushed away. And every second that you are away, you are basically floating backwards. So the doors are getting further and further and further. Looking down, you can see that your body is in the middle of a very shoddily drawn chalk circle with some candles and some very sad looking party members stood around your body. And from up above, you are able to see what is going on and see that they are trying to get you back.
On your forehead is the name Bertie.
But yes, on your forehead is Bertie, written in, I don't know, mud. This is Francis we're talking about. He'll put anything dirty and disgusting on the pupil. And so you, I guess, are also along for the ride, and you eagerly await to see what happens next. Francis, once again, your call to the higher powers are heard. Tell me what you want to do to start the ritual, and give me your stat that you want, and then we'll do the DC roll.
Religion again.
Yeah,
and
you can use religion again, yeah, because it's a new resurrection.
Yeah, because I've called to the deities.
Go for it. So resurrection, religion roll. Okay. We'll take 6. You've not got any way of re-rolling that, have you? You haven't got any inspiration?
No.
Baxter's used his. That's fine. Has Ophi? No, Ophi used hers before she died. Well then, although your calling out has been heard, there doesn't seem to be much in the way of a response. So, stepping away from the body, you breathe out a big, deep sigh and just think, what went wrong? Okay. Crodus, Ophi, Baxter, who's up next? It's not a good start.
I'm gonna go again. Might as well keep same line as last time. I'm gonna approach body, kneel down beside him, and just say, nobody knew who I was. I appeared out of nowhere and you took me in, or at least didn't try to take me out. I tried to help, and I'm really, really sorry that this is how it ended, but please, I want to do my best to be able to help you. Your friends clearly care about you. And I don't know what I can do. So I'm going to roll my medicine again.
Alright. As what, sorry? Yeah.
Sorry?
Medicine, yeah.
Yep.
Another good roll.
20. Nice.
Yeah. So again, the same thing happened as before. The winds suddenly change and swirl around you, cutting you in various places, gaining the blood onto the leaves that come with it, and move towards the body where they settle. You step back from the body and just wait to see what happens next. Crodus or Ophi?
I'm happy to go next. Persuading Scarlet not to leave me on my own in a whole grouping of males.
Yes. Brilliant.
Because I'm referring to her as my sister. Come on, sister, don't leave me now. You can come back and walk this path with me. And I'm going to do a persuasion, and then pray that it's going to be a high one.
Wow. Wow. Incredible. Your words not only reach the powers that be, but they also reach Scarlet. You've managed to pierce the boundary of Sanctuary and the Spirit Realm in one go, and she can hear clearly what is being said as if she was right next to you, which technically she is. But she's not quite there yet. She does hear and respond, and finds herself moving away from that door very, very quickly. There's one person left, Crodus.
Much the same as I did with Orphe, I'm just going to step forward and start screaming at Scarlet. Don't be selfish. Come back to us.
All right.
Who else am I going to have fights with?
Okay.
And again, try and intimidate her back.
Fantastic. So, in your own special way, you try to intimidate her to return. So, give me a intimidation roll, please. So that's 7 again. Okay. So, at this point, the two gems that are glowing on Scarlet at this point are the topaz and the emerald. that are situated around the top of the skull, along with other gems. The ruby and the sapphire do not glow, however. Once you step back and you've stopped your begging, because once again you've muddled up your words and been like, no, this doesn't come across the right way, but it's too late. That said, as the skull breaks and the energy flows into the body of Scarlet, you can see very slowly movement in one of her arms, where she's trying to reach for her crossbow, which is currently out of reach. The astonishment on all your faces as once again you seem to break the laws of this world and bring back someone who was once lost to you. Scarlet sits up in the middle of the circle and looks around. Scarlet, you are back. Based on those rolls, that's 50%. That's 27. That's fine. So you will also come back with half your total health and mana.
Scarlet looks quite hollow and quite downtrodden that she's back.
As soon as you get back, and you regain your consciousness, the memory of the other side is completely gone. All you know is what you basically seen. You passed out and you've revived somehow. That's it. You don't even know that you've died.
Well, no, I certainly remember all the pain and suffering before the death. It wasn't an easy death.
Oh, yes. Yes, you remember all of that. You remember all of that. That's your last moments before dying. So that's what's in your mind. And now you awaken and you are surrounded by the rest of your party. A very familiar face in Ophi, as she seems very emotional around you. New faces, new allies. There's probably a lot of questions that need answering.
Well, for a start, I'm throwing my arms around Scarlet and giving her a big hug and saying that my sister's back.
Scarlet doesn't respond. She's very, very hollow.
I won't be surprised you're a bit dumbfounded. I'm still recovering from being dead myself. But I noticed that you've got something on your head, and I start to laugh.
Again, doesn't react. Very, very hollow, very cold. Coldness, that's what you're getting from her, and sadness.
Scarlet, how are you feeling? Have you got words?
She just whispers, you should let me go. She whispers it again, you should let me go, and she starts crying. And she gets up and walks away.
I just stand there dumbfounded, not really knowing what to do with myself.
He's gonna go sit down by the fire. Collapse and lay down with his arms stretched out. Next week.
Okay, as the ritual comes to a close and everyone is obviously extremely emotional, the day is all but done. The rest of the town are starting to wind down. Although people have been saved and returned and so on, there's still an air of unease within the camp. It's been 8 hours and still no sign of Blaze.
Victor stands there twiddling his thumbs, getting glanced over at Scarlet, knowing full well that they know what happened, but not wanting to bring it up, as you can see that there's already too much pain going on.
I wonder if now's a good point maybe to look at wrapping up for the week.
What time are we on?
About 10 past 4.
Actually, yes. I would suggest that we do, because I think you guys are going to need to make some serious planning and also get resting, because you're all in very bad shape.
And the barracks and long rest.
Yeah, I would suggest a full long rest with no downtime. Just literally, just get your rest, get that done, and be refreshed and ready to go for your next outing. But that's up to you guys, if that's what you want to do.
Definitely a full or extended rest.
Well, happy to end up now.
Yeah. We're 4:15 anyway, so...
Yeah, that's fine. So it will take you until... about 4 AM is when that you will finish with your resting. But when you do perform this rest, obviously you'll all gain the extra D10 for your temporary hit points as well, so that will help. And then you can decide whether you want to push on further into the lands of Kandaras and closer to the rogue monastery, or you can try to revisit the the tower, sorry, and maybe think of other ways that you want to tackle the puzzle. I mean, you virtually figured out a safe route across. Now it's just a matter of getting through the rest of the tower. So I'll leave it up to you guys. You let me know what you want to do. But for now, I think we'll call it a day for today. Everyone needs to really think about and recover as what they want to do. So with that, everyone, thank you for turning up. I'm sorry it took so long with the getting to the whole point of where you are recovering or resurrecting Ophi and Scarlet, but the gang's back all together. So very costly. Those skulls are not cheap. They're also very rare. So maybe consider tactics a little bit more when you're diving into things, because the option to resurrect is not always going to be there. But anyway,
Guys,
yeah, what do you want to say?
I'll see you next week.
Yep. Alright, Francis.
Alright, guys, I'll message each other during the week, so how we're going to do next week.
Fair
So-
enough.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you next week.
Alright.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I believe that just leaves me in the chat. Let's just check. Yes, it's just me left. So, all that's left for me to do is say goodbye to everyone who has tuned in and watched this. What a crazy session. I never thought we'd lose both characters, but luckily the party were able to use their stash, as that's what it's designed for, and they did actually pick up the required items for resurrection a good 20 episodes back, I think it is, or maybe a bit more. It was right towards the start of the game. So fingers crossed you'll all join us and that you've enjoyed this session. I know I have. I'm not sure about the rest of them, but they're definitely there's definitely some emotions going on in this, and rightly so. So without further ado then, I'm going to wish you all a good night, and we'll see you for the next session next Thursday. Bye bye for now.